It's Monday, the 24th of October 2022, and 5 months ago the Elizabeth line opened to the travelling public. But there was one station that remained unopened, Bond Street. Today is the day that it finally opens, completing the core section of the Elizabeth line. When the core section of the Elizabeth line opened in May 2022, the only station that did not open was Bond Street. It was always part of the plan for Bond Street to open later than the rest of the stations in the core section between Paddington and Abbey Wood. It is now October 2022 and Bond Street is opened. Train announcements have been added and maps have been updated. Starting at the platform level, if you've seen the other stations in the centre of the core section, there is very little that is new here. The platform areas follow the standard design language with concrete panels and glossy black and silver accents. All the features that you'd expect from the other core stations can be found, such as the benches, wayfinder maps, and giant light panel above the platform screen doors. The platforms also feature the same space at one end that could have platform screen doors fitted if the Class 345 units were ever extended beyond 9 carriages. The platforms are also connected about halfway along by a simple cross passage. Like the majority of the other core stations, Bond Street features an entrance at either end of the platforms. As at Tottenham Court Road in Farringdon, the only way to get between the two entrances at platform level is to walk along the platforms. There isn't a central passageway that stretches the full length like there is at Liverpool Street. The Davies Street end of the station features a small area with totems before a short escalator up to a mezzanine level that provides the connection to the London Underground Central and Jubilee lines of the existing Bond Street station. At this mezzanine level is where the first artwork installations can be seen. These are Shadow Line and Time Line. Shadow Line can be seen when coming down the escalators from the ticket hall above the escalators and states "Reflect from your shadow." Timeline can be seen on the supporting beams above the upper escalators and states "From under the glacier." The mezzanine level is where the start of the unique identity of Bond Street starts to show, with bronze panelling around the bottom of the upper escalators and forming the main part of the ceiling colouring. Turning at the top of the upper escalator in the ticket hall, we see the final piece of artwork at Bond Street. This is Horizon Line and is made up of 144 tiles that feature fragments of numbers. The Davies Street ticket hall is a U-shape, with a straight path from the street to the gate line before a large 180-degree turn back on yourself to get to the escalators or the lift. The entrance into the ticket hall is on the corner of the building that the station is part of. This means that passengers can either use the wide entrance on the front or enter through the pillars down the right-hand side. The other end of the station is the Hanover Square entrance. This end of the station is very similar to the Davies Street entrance, but just on a smaller scale. This is unusual for the core stations that feature this layout. Tottenham Court Road, Farringdon and Liverpool Street all feature different design motifs at each end to reflect the area that they serve. However, Bond Street has the same general feel at both ends. This entrance is also located on the corner of the building that the station entrance is part of, so passengers can enter the ticket hall in the same way as they can at the Davies Street entrance. The one major thing to see at the Hanover Square entrance is the escalator from the ticket hall all the way down to platform level. It is the longest on the Elizabeth line at 60 metres, coming very close to Angel Station on the Northern line. The station at Bond Street feels like the base design for the standard platform elements that can be found at Tottenham Court Road, Farringdon, Liverpool Street and Whitechapel. It doesn't break away from the concrete for glass panels, and it doesn't have a central corridor with a totem forest for the full length, but it does get all the necessary design aspects right. The ticket halls have been well designed to be large, bright and spacious, and they should be suitable for many years to come.